Yo, what up, my boys? Man, yo, I can't get a streak going on with GJ, dog. I'm like in between break even and then losing a little bit, and it's like, dang, you know what I'm saying? You know those wins where it's like you win one and then you lose one and then you win again, but you're not break even. You're probably like $100, $200 less, and you're like, dang, maybe like a tenth of a percent. You know what I'm saying? And it's like stacking up at this point, right? So if I lose this trade, I'll be down like 1.3%. I gotta check my balance after this one. But look, man, let me tell you guys something, bro. GJ been playing with me, bro. And I don't think it has anything to do with my previous account that I blew, right? Because I blew my 200K. I don't know if you guys saw that video, but I was honest about it. Like 3 months of I got some withdrawals like crazy. Nothing too big, you know what I'm saying? But bro, I do want to let you guys know, bro. GJ has been playing with me, right? So I want to talk about why I took this trade, dog. But the thing is, it was like one of those trades where it was like, okay, cool. Like, I was patient and didn't really play out my way, bro. It was just like that last minute reversal. Sorry, I like have a new trading view over here because I gotta reset my password on my main one. But anyways, let's go over here, right? Hopefully this lets me, dog. I don't really know the free version. Well, yeah, look, I gotta hop on my other trading view that's on that computer, but I don't remember the password. But anyways, dog, when I was over here, right, the accumulation distribution, if you notice, sheesh, I was not prepared, my boys. But if you notice over here, like notice how we were like uptrending and then we broke underneath all this. So that's what I was kind of really focused on, bro. And I was like, all right, cool, perfect. Now I just need to close. And bro, I mean, I got in the trade and I thought I was gonna close bearish, dog. I'll be real with you. But that thing said, no, thank you, Daniel. You should have waited. And we closed as a rejection, man. So this level held really, really good, man. But I mean, what can I expect? It's 213. But for 213 like for the third retest on an aggressive break, I'll be real with you, man. I feel like I was valid, dog. I really was. But I mean, now everything is kind of pointing to, yo, I mean, we're probably gonna hit highs over here at 213,500 before anything. But more than anything, dog, that's what I was kind of looking at, man. But I can't sit here and tell you that, this was a good trade. It was a good trade in my opinion. We had a 0.50 on that just like super nasty rejection. So this was a really great buy, man. You know what I mean? I took the sell on it. I'll be real. I really do believe that we were most likely gonna go over here. Yeah, let's go. Where's my pencil? I really do believe he was gonna go down over here, dog. You know what I'm saying? After that, like pretty aggressive rejection right over here, we break these lows, rejection over here, break these lows, come back, stop out these buyers, come back again, or come back over here. So that's kind of what I was looking at. I mean, I'm still in this trade, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm probably, yeah, I got like 10 more pips to go, man, before I lose. You never know. Anything can happen, bro. I've been in trades in my whole career where I'm like 3 pips away, 4 pips, 5 pips, and the reverses. But at the end of the day, man, I'm not really giving trades second chances, bro, because that's how I blew my last account. I took 3 setups that I lost in those setups, and there were 2 chances. So it was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? And then kind of, I didn't even, but you know what I'm saying, dog. It's like when you give a trade a second chance, and then you go on a losing streak, on setup streak, you're gonna find yourself in a crap situation. So before I give any second chances, man, I like to be in profit. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like to be in drawdown. So, I mean, more than anything, dog, that's kind of what I saw. And if I would have done anything different, it probably would have been just wait a little bit, but I really thought it was going to completely drop right there. I mean, I was patient. I was watching it for a few hours. And, I knew I was focused on buys. I ain't gonna lie until we had this nasty rejection and this bearish from Gulf and Kendall. So I was like, you know what? Maybe we're going to freaking win this trade. So, it didn't work out for me, my boys. But you know what? I gotta stay patient, man. I gotta stay patient with my journey. You know what I'm saying? Not patient with the markets is what I'm trying to say, but more patient on my journey, dog. Like things like this happen, bro. We can't just sit here and act like we're gonna win every single trade. We're not. You know what I mean? I mean, I do handle losses a lot better than I did ever before, man. Because how I look at it, man, it's just like, yo, like just like Job, man. Even though he slayed me, I still trust him. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, yo, I live with this mentality where it's like, yo, I know what I don't get today, man. I know God doubles it tomorrow, man. Sometimes we gotta lose. I do truly believe sometimes God lets me lose on purpose just to see where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Because I know he can give me back. He knows for sure. Come on, we all know, bro. God, when God wants to give, he don't give a little bit. So it's like sometimes I got in my mind, bro. It's like, God, maybe sometimes, he lets me lose on purpose just to see where my heart is. You know what I'm saying? He wants to see how I am as a loser too. Can I still be humble? Can I still be like, all right, God, I trust you. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you guys I recommend reading Job, man. It's just more than just being the richest person in the Bible, in my opinion. There's a lot that we can learn from him. You feel me? A lot of you guys want to quote, talk about Job, talk about this, talk about that, and the wisdom and everything. And it's like, brother, y'all sound ridiculous when y'all talk about something you don't even believe in, especially when you don't even implement it in your life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to really take this L in about 6 pips, 7 pips. Yeah, about 6 pips. So it is what it is, dog. Like I said, man, round that up. I just gotta be patient with my journey, dog. I just came off from blowing the account with ugly setups. I did have in my mind that I was most likely gonna lose that account after I lost those 6 trades in a row, and then I ended up doing it, bro. But I can't be distracted. I can't be demotivated. I can't let my feelings attack me. You know what I'm saying? If you guys ever read the book or the audio book Outwitting the Devil with by Napoleon Hill, one of the greatest authors of our generation. Well, not our generation, of our lifetime. I'm sorry, what I meant to say. I can't look at this and talk. Like my ADHD is like, hey, let's mess up. Right? So it's like, dude, he says that fear in your mind, bro, is the biggest enemy that you got. So it's like when you once you're afraid of something, bro, it's like you open up a door for the enemy to attack you, bro, and take that peace from you. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how I lost my account. But to be honest, man, I really want to stay focused on this one. I want to focus on just executing at a good rate. I want to execute at a level where it's like, okay, my patience is there. But more than anything, I want my outcome to always, be like, yo, okay, cool. It is what it is. I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not, because then I start getting on the more losing streaks, and that's normal, man. So I guess what my mentality is I guess I wanna just I wanna just not change anything, bro. Just stay where I'm at. You feel me? And it's more than it's more than losing, bro. It's more, man. I want to stay humble. I want to stay grateful. I want to stay appreciative. I want to stay clean mentally, bro. You know what I'm saying? I want to stay with that mindset, man. You know what I don't get today, man. I know God gives me tomorrow double. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I don't get in 2 days, 3 days, or you know what I'm saying? Maybe because he's got a big one coming. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's how I live my life, man. So I'm gonna count this trade as a loss for sure. So it is what it is, my boys. But yo, it's something like that. And I go back to my previous YouTube videos, and I notice I've never really been profitable in January, man. It was always like a break even loser month for me, like ever. But I'm always killing it in December. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of sucks to kind of live in that habit, because this is like year 4, year 5, where it's just like I've never been able to be profitable in a January. You know what I'm saying? But I can't live like that. I gotta live positive. But you know what I'm saying? But I bring up the facts, bro. If you look at my previous years, I've never been profitable in January, dog. So it doesn't really hurt me, these results. And I guess seeing 213, something like my career highs, it's like a little like mind game playing, because it's like, bro, how much more are you gonna keep going up? You know what I'm saying? Like, sheesh. So, but then again, um, God, just trust myself, trust God, man. That's it. But anyways, I love you guys, man. Let's keep going, man.